everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're planning to attend a conference in the US and need a B1 B2 visa, this video is actually right for you. Today, I'll walk you through the entire visa process step by step, like how to apply, what documents you need, interview tips, and some common mistakes to avoid. So whether you're a business professional, researcher, or entrepreneur attending a conference in the US, that can be a great opportunity, but getting the visa approved, that's where it actually gets tricky. So don't worry, I'll make it simple for you. So let's get started. First, let's talk about the B1 visa. This is for business related travel. For example, you need to attend conferences, training sessions, and networking events. Sometimes the B1 and B2 visas are issued together, which means you can also do some sightseeing after your conference. But remember, the visa does not allow you to work in the US. It's strictly for short-term visits. If your purpose is to attend a conference, the B1 category is right fit for you. So now let's go step by step on how to apply for the visa. Step 1. Fill out the DS-160 form. Go to the CEAC website, CEAC website, and complete the DS-160 form. But be very careful with the details, okay? Like the travel dates, purpose of visit, and the US contact information. This needs to be correct. Remember, they do check. So please don't make any mistakes in your travel dates, purpose of the visit, and US contact information. For basically here, your purpose of visit is going to be conference or meeting, like that, right? So do mention that, and always put the contact information of your the company who's hosting the conference. And at the end, save the confirmation page. You will need it for your interview. They actually ask you for the DS-160 form when you go for the interview, so do save it. And I'll also say to you this, that don't forget to save the DS-160 form. I mean, you can just go and print out the DS-160 form, because in India, I have seen people get their appointment date usually after 9 months, 10 months, or sometimes even a year. So that's why I'm saying you might forget the answers, what you have written. So please be mindful and careful. Please save your DS-160 form, okay? So if you want to know how to save the DS-160 form, you can ask me. I can make a separate video on this. Step 2. Pay the visa fee. The application fee is usually $185, and it's actually $185 still now. Still when I remember I checked their website, it's still $185. When I applied for B1 B2 visa in November, it was $185, and now also it's $185. I asked you this because mostly payment options vary by country, so you never know. But mostly it's $185. Even in Malaysia, Bangkok, or India, it's $185. And then third, schedule the visa appointment. Log into the US Embassy's visa scheduling website and book your interview date. Also remember that here you need the same website. I think you need to come. Wait, I'm just a bit confused. Yes, this is the same website. You need to come and you check once you're done with an interview. If your visa is approved, you need to come to the same website and check your your visa is issued or not. So you have to come within 24 hours once after your visa is approved. So I'll come back to that point later, but I just mentioned about the US visa scheduling. This is the same website you need to go for both scheduling and also to check if your visa is issued or not. You can track your visa basically. Also in India, I know that your biometric and appointment dates are different. Mostly if it's in Monday, if Monday is your biometric, Tuesday will be your interview. But in Bangkok or in Malaysia or in Singapore, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's on this very same day. Like your interview date is also on the same date and your biometric is also on the very same date. Step 4 is preparing your documents. So I would suggest you always carry your valid passport. Carry all your passports, but definitely carry your valid passport. Then your DS-160 confirmation page, visa appointment confirmation page, conference invitation letter from the event organizer, and then your employer support letter. If your company is sending you to attend a conference, please have that email or any letter which supports that, okay, you are going to attend a conference sent by your company or your employer. Then financial proof, like your bank statements, salary slips. They don't care, mostly like 99% they don't ask for any proof. But I'm saying you to carry all of this because this shows that you are really serious and you have proofs. Though the US embassy, they don't believe in any documents because they feel that any documents can be forged. Okay, like I'm telling you the truth. But why I'm saying you to carry is there have been, like, I have seen when people go for conferences, they do ask for the conference letter, but you never know, they might ask you for financial proof as well. So prepare for the worst. I mean, I always say to my friends and colleagues that please prepare for the worst, then only you'll get the best outcome. So just be prepared for everything. It just hardly takes 5 minutes to take a printout of every page, everything whatever I'm mentioning, but it can actually change your life, right? I mean, you only think how good it will be if you get your US visa approved. And then of course just carry something which shows that you have strong ties to your home country, like job letter, family details, property documents, like anything. Just show some proof that you have strong ties to your home country. Again, I'm saying they're not going to ask you for any document. 99.99% they don't ask for any document, but again I'm saying prepare for the worst. Okay, then I'll talk about the visa interview tips. So this is the most important part, your visa interview. I mean, you just have few minutes to convince the officer that you're traveling for a genuine reason. So here's how you can ace it. Dress professionally but stay comfortable. What I mean dress professionally is basically wear formals and not very tight formal, something which is, if you're not comfortable with what you're wearing, please don't wear that. Just be very professional, wear something which is comfortable for you. And I would suggest to wear something full, because you go to any embassy, it will be very chilled. I mean, how, like, the tropical locations like Malaysia and Bangkok, they are very hot. Okay, these are like literally hot countries, but still the AC is so cool. I mean, literally they are in 16 degrees. So I always say wear something full or carry a jacket. Just carry a jacket for to be in safer side, because it's very chill. It can be very chill inside. And be professional. Please don't, and I have seen in few videos people say that you don't have to dress professionally, just be comfortable, dress casually and go. But I would say please dress professionally. I mean, this is the only thing you are going to impress them, right? You are not going to get another chance. You have already spent $185. So please use that money. I mean, please just think about that. Okay, $185, you might not get another chance. So just be professional, dress professionally, look good. When you're looking good in the mirror, you automatically become confident. This is what happens. When you know you're looking good, you are confident with your answers. And please do remember, don't give unnecessary details while they're asking you questions. So there can be few common questions like, why are you going to the US? This is the must questions. You go for any visa there, they are definitely going to ask you for this question. What is the purpose of your visit to US? So just give a clear answer that you're going to attend conference, just name of the conference, when is the date and the location. Do remember it should match with your DS-160 form, because the officer will be opening your DS-160 form and seeing you and the answers. He will be looking at your eyes and then your answers. Okay, so whenever you're answering, you have to answer in the mic. Just answer on the mic, just look at him, don't look into the mic. Be very confident, stare at him and answer, and also smile when you're answering. This will make the US officer feel that, oh, you are comfortable, you are not lying. You get my point, right? Just be very, very comfortable, very warm. I mean, they're not going to kill you or they're not going to scold you for any wrong answers. But do remember, please match your answers with your DS-160 form. Then they will ask you who is paying for your trip, because it's a conference, right? So they will ask you, because they might think that, okay, your conference, the host of the conference may be sponsoring you, or maybe your company who's sending you for the conference is going to pay for you, or is it you who is willing to pay for all this? So they are going to ask you this question. So just say it if it's self-funded, or mention your savings if it's self-funded, or you can also say the employer is sponsoring. If the employer is sponsoring, then show the company letter, and they will ask you, do you plan to stay in the US after the conference? Just answer no and explain your written plans. I would always say that whenever you are answering these questions, like do you plan to stay in the US, I just want to tell you that you don't have to wait when the officer is going to ask you, like when are you planning to return or any proof of your return. Just say in your answer the return, when are you planning to return. Please answer in the question, in one of the question only, when are you returning. They want to know it from your mouth, when are you coming back. Okay, so also prepare your answers in that format where you're saying that, okay, I will be returning on this day, in this date. For example, I will be traveling for the conference blah 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 from 4th July to 7th July, then I will be back to India, or I will be back to Bangkok, or I will be back to Malaysia. I'm just telling you, like not Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. So you can just answer in that format. Always save your dates, or remember the dates which you have mentioned in the DS-160 form, and always say when are you returning back. That's the key point. Once they hear, oh, you're returning back on 7th, okay, good, this person is going to come back, because he's or she is so prepared that, okay, they know, and I will be returning because I play a vital role in my company, and I have to come back, and I have to again start working on my project which I'm actually doing. So just say something like that. Remember, the visa officer just wants to check if you have a valid reason to visit and strong ties to your home country. They just want to know that you will be returning back to your home country. That's all. So stay calm and answer honestly. I would also like to talk about some common mistakes to avoid. When I went for my US B1 B2 visa, there was this one guy who actually went there for a conference. I remember he was answering his questions because he was going to San Francisco to attend a conference. So I'll just mention few common mistakes to avoid, because a lot of applicants were getting rejected on this simple mistakes. So don't be one of them. First is incomplete or incorrect DS-160 form. As I said, always double check before submitting. Your answers should match your DS-160 form. If you have mentioned 4th July to 7th July, you have to answer while explaining the visa officer 4th July to 7th July. Don't just make it 3rd July to 7th July, or एक दिन बढ़ा दे तो क्या हो जाएगा, एक दिन घटा दे तो क्या हो जाएगा. No, it has to match with your DS-160 form. Okay, and then missing key documents like your conference invitation letter or employment letter. As I said, 99.99% they don't ask for any documents. What if they ask you for your conference invitation letter? I have seen one lady, she just took out her document and she was sewing. So that's why I'm saying, please carry your conference invitation letter. That is must with your DS-160 form and other documents, whatever I've mentioned before. Please carry it with you. Then over explaining at the interview. So just don't over explain any of your any of the questions, and also don't give one word answer, please. If they ask you what's the purpose of your trip, say the purpose of my trip is to attend the interview, to attend a conference in San Francisco from this date to that, and then I'll be returning back to my country. So like that, it should be, your answer should be at least 3 lines. Then inconsistent responses, always match your answer with your DS-160 form. I'm telling again and again, please match your answers with your DS-160 form. Most of the people don't get visa because their answers don't match to their DS-160 form, and then they blame that they were checking they were checking, or they already planned who they are going to give the visa. Nothing like that. If there's any inconsistency in your responses with your DS-160 form, you are not getting a visa for sure. That's why I'm saying, please print out your DS-160 form once you submit the answers. What happens after the interview, I would like to explain. I would like to talk about that as well. So once your interview is done, so the visa officer is going to say, congratulations, your visa is approved. Or they are going to say, hey, congrats, welcome to US. So they are going to say you something like this. So if your visa is approved, they will keep your passport and return it with the visa stamp in few days. In Bangkok, it's mostly 2 days. In Kuala Lumpur, it's just 1 day you get your visa done. I'm not sure about India. But if you're denied, you will get a 214B refusal letter. So don't worry, you can reapply if circumstances change. Don't be disheartened, that's what I'm saying. But I also don't want you to, reapply. I just want you to get your visa on the very first time you apply, because why to waste that $185, right? It's not a very cheap amount. It's $185, basically 15,000 Indian rupees. And so conclusion and call to action, I just want to say, I just want to end my video now, so that's why I'm just thinking if I have forgotten anything. No, I think I've covered everything. So yeah, that's it, and that's how you apply for a US B1B2 visa for a conference. I hope this video made the process clear for you. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I will try my best to help. Also, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more visa and travel tips. Thanks for watching and good luck with your visa application. See you in the next video.